Hello, this is Ziemowit, and I would like to welcome you to an ITSL game between Jarek Grzaslewicz, playing on the red side, and Anton Skott with the US, whose side we are witnessing here. Okay, so what do we have here? A pretty nice US hand, the Factor's obvious headline, so we can get a bit more adventurous in Europe. Of course, you don't want to play the adventurous opening solely with defectors, since, well, opponents will learn it about it eventually if your games are transmitted, and, well, anticipate that. So you want to mix it up a little bit. Okay, so Anton, as predicted, getting adventurous, defecting whatever Jarek intends to throw at him. A wonderful hand. 2 perfectly playable 3-ops, 2 4-ops. Well, could have been slightly better, perhaps with a decal or distal, but alas. Okay, Cambridge, not a great loss. So, which one do you hit? Italy or Iran? Italy is more juicy at 2, since, okay, not with that card, so I'm guessing Iran. Since even a 4, yeah, is quite good and would have been meaningless in Italy. Okay, so restore domination, preferably not with this card. Yes, European unrest would be a slight improvement on that, since it doesn't give immediate access to the Mediterranean non-battlegrounds, and with independent Reds already gone, well, there's zero benefit in playing it earlier. But okay, that's just something to pick on. Okay, Europe domination, access to Thailand and Lebanon, just to exist in the Middle East. Now, the Soviet coup reveals certain weakness of hand. I mean, you don't choose a 2-op to coup if you have something better, unless you have maybe 1 4-op. You don't want to spend. And Fidel, okay, for influence, not horrible. Okay, already the big one, but where do you play the rest of your influence? Malaysia maybe, but yeah, I think Rapid Rail is a better choice here. Get rid of the war immediately, and, well, you don't have any very good places to spend the rest of your influence anyway. Okay, that's gone. So Europe is taken care of, ready for what may, at least for this turn. Middle East, we'll see. If it's not scored, we expand to Libya, of course. Okay, it's scored, so spacey time! Suez goes away. Well, you'll have even East European unrest for blockade, so that's not a worry. Okay, he's thinking something else. He wants to coup. I'm not a fan of spending a 3-op so fast on a sort of doomed coup, unless you roll big, of course, in which case it's brilliant. But you prefer the Soviets to coup, since then you just grab Thailand and contest. Okay, coup attempt number 2. Will it work? Will the hawks from the US military push through with their plan to go after Iraq? They did and failed. But DEFCON is lowered, so win-win. Still, what if rather first spaced, and then if the Soviets don't coup, use Romanian for a coup? Since I would like to really preserve my ops this turn, Europe needs to be overprotected. In case the Soviets have access to Southeast Asia, that also needs to be handled. Okay, that's 4 into Thailand. At least that's what I would do. Just to be sure that it's ours. I mean, Vietnam Revolts is still around, even if Deco is not. And of course the China card. Now, why Libya? You don't need Libya here. France, Italy, Thailand, perhaps even Indonesia, where perhaps even Panama. more urgent than Libya. I mean, no Soviet would coup Egypt here after all. Okay, that's interesting. I would expect coup to protect Africa, especially since you have vulnerable one-steps. And now US can coup. I would choose Angola, by the way. Cuts access to South Africa, and you get a chance to get, if you roll high, then you have an automatic protection from South African unrest and Portuguese Empire crumbles. Plus, of course, even if you fail somewhat, roll a 2, at least you immediately create a threat of taking Angola. Opponent needs to react. Should be easy enough. Okay, that's tricky. Last move of the turn. No. Come on, that's undecisive. If you go into North Korea, put in 2 or even all of them in there. That way, you actually create some threat. You can take it next turn with a 4-op or a 3-op. But I think Europe is more urgent. France is vulnerable to socialists and de Gaulle. Italy is vulnerable to socialists. 1 Italy, 1 France. Maybe 2 Italy, 1 France, 1 Thailand even. That way only the goal can hurt Europe, especially if you draw duck and cover, which is a perfect headline if you are secure. If you are not, and you are not so brilliant. I mean, socialist governments would wreak havoc on this position. Then again, USA once again has a great hand. T-style, you have intervention to play it with. 4-op, yet another one. Plenty of 3-ops, unless he's purged. In which case it's, well, worse. But, well, socialist governments are a superior headline to the purge here. Especially against duck and cover. Ooh, goody. Okay, 2 Italy, 1 France, I guess. And, well, take it, instant Europe domination. And, what's more, you know, or at least strongly suspect that USA doesn't have Asia scoring, or it would have been headlined. So, good. UK, okay, special. Okay, that also works. Save 1 op that way. Okay, deny 1 influence from your opponent. Goddamn rich people. Yeah, you go to Nigeria, sure. Must be annoying seeing your opponent just tossing 4-op one after another. That's the 3rd so far. Okay, so if you have a 4-op like the purge, I guess Algeria, Greece, North Korea. Not worth the China card, of course. It's, well, meant for a higher purpose. A 2-op, and Formosan at that. That's not the card you want to rush with Asia not scored. Okay. Anton is sensing weakness in Soviet hand, but of course Jarek always has the China card, so he will not lose Italy hell or high water. So I wonder if that was the best choice. He could have fought with the country count, although after Canada and Turkey, well, the Soviets have it cheaper with Yugoslavia and Bulgaria. Another crappy 2-op. I mean, you really would have used a 3-op here to guarantee yourself North Korea. I mean, you don't want to allow a fight there. Okay, instead of Thailand would have went North Korea, just start creeping in. Okay. So, simultaneous fight for 2 regions. That's nice. So I guess, okay, finally a 4-up. Well, it's Marshall, so not brilliant. Okay, re-establishing Europe domination at the cost of, well, making it cheaper for the US to keep up the fight, and, well, civilizing Asia. So what? We take Benelux now with distal, I guess. Well, EU and distal. Okay, that's inaccurate. I mean, you will always play distal either with intervention or on space, whereas Suez, after Marshall, it's somewhat playable. So that should have been UN with distal. Might not matter if you would have spaced Suez anyway, but Suez is reasonably played for ops if you really need that one op after repairing UK and France. So not exactly maybe a mistake, but some misaligned life priorities. To hit a high note. Okay, undecided about Marshall. Right, last one is always tricky. Do we boost Spain-Portugal or go for new grounds? Okay, another chance to pick distal with UN. Still no. Okay, he spent a lot of extra ops here, which he could have spent last turn protecting Italy, just saying. And let's see, will he force the China card out of Ateo? That would have been a major win, having him play the China card here already. Ooh, a 4-up, okay, and a free one at that. Yes, 1 extra. Good. And instant dom. A bit unfortunate that he didn't have a cheaper way to do it. So if the Soviets have Asia, though, good job Anton in defending. Although with his ops, wasn't that bad. With his ops, he would have broken Laos, Cambodia anyway. Okay, and got decalled too. And free Vietnam. And free Asia, since it's perfectly safe to headline here. Well, okay, unless opponent gets its headlines distal, but that's not insanely likely, since USA holds both other cards that could affect the region. Well, one of them wouldn't, but okay. And yet another 4-up, even though the hand in general is not great. Since, well, you know the punishment in Europe is coming, and now you have to foot the bill. Soviets, what they have? I don't recall seeing the CIA. I'm not following the cards too closely, unlike in my own games, so I'm obviously missing some important cards. I think Nazi scientists are yet to make a showing. NORAD, maybe? I think we've seen all the 4-ups. Okay, what is here? Okay, good enough. In the lead again. And now what? Dump CIA or preserve it? You have the China card. Africa is vulnerable. I often take the risk in this situation, but that would mean playing the China card, yucky, or spacing 5-year plan, even worse. Okay, containment, that's relevant actually. If it gets played, and it likely will, you get to dump blockade this turn. And since Theo should know about blockade, he could maybe deny it. Okay, come on, you coup Angola, that's obvious enough. What is he considering as an alternative? There aren't any. Okay, and you got the win. And say goes to Algeria, I guess, since there's no reason to let that country be taken. Okay, now what do we do now? We take Libya and we'll see. Maybe even with Truman, since other stuff can be done later. Then again, Truman could be used for us a coup, assuming Soviets coup Cameroon to get that one missing mill up. So maybe even started war. So Libya, Angola, Mexico, something like that. Yeah, the USA has the ops advantage and the event advantage, denying both of the cards, and the purge didn't provide big value for the Soviets. Okay, socialists were nice, and yeah, that's not how Africa should look like after decall. Well, he gained some value for it, sure, but that first coup in Africa, giving that up, probably not necessary. In Zaire, that is. Ooh, no. Why? Come on, Libyans are asking, where's the love? Where's the beautiful blue love here? They're going to get some tough love from the Reds, but that's not what they're asking for. There's already this one lonely operative. He needs a partner. Well, she, they, actually probably a bunch of goons trying to destabilize Libyan government in US beneficial way, but never mind. So that would be a clear mistake. Yep, that's the one. Should have taken Libya first. Yep. Indeed you did. You should have. Well, alas, it lost. But the overall position is pretty good. Score will be something around 6, depending on the coups and space. Ooh, right, he did get the purge again. Right, you are. One problem for the Soviets: no places to spread. That should have been Syria likely instead of Iran to get an instant dome, although probably no Soviet player would believe USA to hold Middle East scoring here and not dumping it earlier, not going for Libya, so okay. Okay, some realignment threat with no secondaries. I don't mean no good secondaries, no legal secondaries, so not a strong one, but still, Soviet needs a coup. That's a coup target, so I guess a coup it shall be. Europe is pretty safe, barring a brush war, of course. A coup, and it sucks. Yeah, not much luck. Okay, but we can take a breather here. No, come on. The rest of your hand is crap. Don't go there. That's space, play it safe. Remember about containment. Yeah, not thrilled with that. You have total of 3 ops, assuming containment is played for the rest of the turn. And you should take Angola, visit Mexico. Come on, it's not that lopsided in 4 ops yet. Well, with every other card, sure. Bunch of 3 ops in turns 1 and 2. True. I would have probably queued again in Saharan states. Don't remember if the Soviets have a 1 op or a 2 op, since a 3 is a bit much. Okay, spacey time. He gets it. I'm guessing one of the 1 ops, well, Truman will be a coup in Tunisia. Okay, Soviets should really spread into Pakistan. I know in the Pakistani war, but now, well, puppets, Usuri, and he's cut off, even indirectly brush war or ABM into Iran. So really, don't leave it hanging like this. Put 1 guy in Pakistan, no more. Maybe 1 more in India, and then you are fully threatened only by Usuri. Even then, it doesn't take control of anything, although you leave yourself slightly vulnerable to the Pakistani war. Still, in my opinion, a better option. USA has just too many of these damn access gainers in mid-war. And the Soviets have nothing in mid-war, nothing new. They have D-Stal, of course. If they're lucky, Cambridge 5. Plus the conditional Indo-Pakistani war, but there is no specific card, new card coming in mid-war targeting this region. Of course, they have a pretty short direct route to Afghanistan, so not that they have it that bad regarding Asia. Hey, that should have been a coup in Saharan states, and that should have been Pakistan instead of Burma. Okay, a coup for you actually gets something. So not containment, I guess. Egypt, Pakistan, India, maybe Tunisia instead of one of them. He should know about blockade. Vietnam revolts is new, but he can expect that USA has something to discard, especially that they know his hand, know about containment. Okay, let's see. Not a fan. Very risky play. Okay, I understand the rationale behind boosting Algeria. This is the only good break target, so okay. But instead of Egypt, that should have been Pakistan. Say what? Angola, Mexico. There is no alternative to it. Apparently there is, which I dislike. This Angola begs for trouble. Oh boy. ABM, missile envy, and nuclear subs. Okay, there are some red cards in this hand, that's true. Quack, South, Fidel, Korean War. Even flower power can be a bit of a nuisance. Also early Sadat, that's nice. Okay, I guess we go missile here. It is slightly dangerous, but it's not that likely. It's practically impossible for the Soviets to headline CMC here and will bury you, given that USA created no threat. in the last AR of turn 3? Unlikely, unless they are specifically going for a defcon trap. But that requires a particular set of, well, not skills, but circumstances. Oh, crime and punishment. Okay, let's see. What are we getting? What juicy, lovely card will strengthen our ranks? Okay, I guess it's not one card that has to be given up. It's a tougher choice. So less likely to be a 4-up, given how many of them are already played. NORAD, and it's already active. And he holds Quagmire. Damn. Okay, go for Angola here. Since if you go for Zaire, you will lose Angola, even if you succeed. And if you fail, as you did, sucks to be you. Okay. Now, nuclear subs, I guess. No, why Korean War? Don't rush. And no, come on. We won't need nuclear subs here. No. Nuclear subs. You won't need it anyway. Don't rush playing opponent's event. Something might. Okay, that frees up floor power, so it has some justification. But still, okay, at least it demanded some time spent on consideration. Oh yeah, and he has avian treaty with NORAD. Oh, it sucks so much. I guess Jarek didn't settle into the mindset of, well, having to deal with NORAD. So he ignored the consequences of the coup in Zaire, being still annoyed by what he had to do. Okay, so now it sucks even more to beat the Soviets. I mean, they are up by 7, which is nice. Oh boy, no, come on, no, that's just wrong. Not only is he dirt poor, more or less, but that's his 3rd row of 1 in a row? Oh, and I wonder, is he gonna get burned for leaving Pakistan empty? Because I see a juicy ABM here with Iran's name on it. No. Spacing can wait. I don't say that often, but spacing can wait. No. Zaire is safe if you go ABM, unless you roll a 3 EU and choose to put the extra 1 in Iran, which you should. 4 more and you're golden. Whoo, baby. That should have been Libya, I think. Instant break of Middle East domination. Soviets, no, Italy is just wrong. It scored, and in Middle East immediately breaks domination, forces the Soviet to react, and then you dump Sadat on them, adding insult to injury. Well, adding injury and insult to already suffered injury. Okay, there will be some serious spacing to do here. Ooh, China already. Yes, that's understandable. So what? Saharan states. Sorry, South Africa. Ooh, full Africa. Makes sense. Interesting. Also, why NORAD even in Zaire would have been better than in Italy? Italy just doesn't create an immediate threat. Libya does. Zaire protects from one. Then again, he got the China card for his trouble. Ooh, he got some up this time. So that's one card he could have given up. Okay, running out of cards here, aren't we? It's spacey time soon. And so that really cannot be played for, I don't know, coup in Africa. So I guess Space Fidel, Hot Quagmire, and, well, suffer South African unrest, and that can be repaired. Although it will deny domination in Africa anyway. Yes, I understand, but the healthiest and most beneficial thing is to get over it immediately. Don't think about it, and it will cloud your judgment. Well, happens to me. Okay, a breeding room. So what? Spacey? I would have played Sadat, I think. Let's create a threat and see what happens. Okay, he chose to space, also makes sense. I don't think I would have spaced Quagmire though. I like to keep it close. I mean, I won't be forced to play it, whatever happens. That's true. That's accurate. Ooh, Quag? I wonder if he's going to use it AR7. Because then we play Sadat and give up the crap. So let's see. The coup here could have been answered by US coup activating NORAD once again, so it's understandable to true. After China and Salt, I'm guessing we're going to see Quagmire, and USA doesn't have to play the crap. And if then again USA misses the first roll, then things can get dicey. Okay, big decision time. Everything is overprotected, so even those African 1 staffs are not that brilliant of a target. Yep, that's what I meant. Thank you, kind sir. And will he get out? Yeah, okay. Anton is getting all the rolls here. All the rolls he needs. 5 in Iran, 1 on a Quagmire. Okay, Distal and Panama. Access denial and access for yourself. Also Usuri as a great headline. Defcon is at 5 though, so that will be interesting. Okay, sorry, not that great of a headline since you already have access to Pakistan. Then again, Muslim evolution could happen. Then again, what else do you headline? You cannot headline Panama Canal returned. Latin American death squads. Sort of meh. I don't expect it to provide value. Okay, that reveals nothing, which is something. So what do? We start the fun in Africa. Since he doesn't know about the South African unrest, I guess that means Nigeria. Since, well, okay, Panama is a viable target too. Well, now he gets a 6. Yeah, but it almost doesn't matter if he gets a 6 or a 3, since USA has a target anyway. So what, arms race into Zaire, I guess. Why is he... No, why Suez? I mean, you're not getting arms race event anyway. You coup, he coups, he gets 5 mil-ups. That's not happening. Why give up Suez when you perhaps don't have to? Well, under these circumstances, when you don't control what's happening, okay, you have extra, true, and you will space distal and possibly South African unrest. Ooh, finally a crop roll. That's rare. Right, but still you lost one guy in Israel. That should have been arms. Okay, well, you got him back. And another 4 up. Okay, he got 1-6 in Nigeria, but 4 rolls out of 5 were 1s. Bah. Bah. Yeah. I mean, unless a roll is key, an entire game depends on it, I usually assume I will get a 3 in a coup roll and plan accordingly. Sometimes I settle for a 2, but I never assume I will get a 1. Since, well, I wouldn't use a 3 up to coup a 1 stab, which has equal influence. Well, just no. Let's hope Jarek has a 4 up here. Has a 3 up. Use it here though. Not a fan. Yeah, Asia scored. The fight is for Africa. Should have focused on Africa. Then again, USA would have replied still. Okay, that's one way to do it, but yeah, come on, you should have learned your rolls are crap. And Africa is the region to focus on, especially since now, let's say, after stabilizing Africa, that's reasonable. And unlucky, of course. So after stabilizing Africa, can freely move on to greener pastures in South America. So assuming you have nothing to target this region, like Allende or Junta, the way to fight that is fight in another region. Okay, spacey, a 1. Yeah, I'm getting pretty miffed and even some choicer words regarding the rolls Anton here is getting. I know, I mean, it's not his fault. He takes advantage of what hand and rolls he is dealt. And I've seen and had even better roll luck myself. But, I mean, the ops sometimes you can handle if you have inferior ops, sometimes even the events, but the rolls, it's very insanely hard to counter bad rolls, especially as the Soviets. I mean, Soviets rely on the rolls. It's their lifeblood. If they don't get good rolls, well, so much for the Soviet advantage. Well, big part of it. which is the AR-1 coup. And a bunch of wars. Here he got one, the Korean War. Okay, so one is gone. Okay, could be blocked though, but not cheaply. No one up available. Sorry, one step. Good thinking. Bad aim. Oh no. Junta. Brush. Duck. South America scoring and bloody Alliance for Progress, and he even controls Allende. So there are exactly 0 ways for the Soviets to get into South America. Okay, short of a coup. Funny enough, Junta doesn't deny a coup, since there are no targets for the USA to coup. Second cover is too risky. I mean, it could happen, but USSR, well, chooses to get dicey with "will bury you" headline. I don't expect it, but it could. Okay, I guess. Yeah, it could be brushwork, could be puppets. Puppets are certainly good enough here, since, well, you have some quality coup targets for the Soviets anyway. So there's no harm in giving them more. Brushwork is not that potent, since what could you target here? Well, of the regions due to be scored, only Libya. So that could be left as a safety net for South America. I think I would go with puppets here. Chile, Argentina, Uruguay. Or maybe Chile, Argentina, Guatemala. Okay, going brush. Okay, so that hurts a little bit. So Saudi and Egypt, I guess, or maybe Egypt and Iran. No, Saudi. Why? No, why not Egypt? I mean, Sadat is gone. You will possibly get Iran with the Iranian hostage crisis. So Egypt was strictly superior to Iran, except when it comes to protection of Pakistan. Oh boy. Yeah. So remember that last region where where the Soviets had the advantage? Had is the key word here. Okay, let's see. Find a good roll. So what do we do? Junta realign. Could be puppets. That would be reasonable, yeah. Yes, I think I would have went with puppets first and Junta later. Okay, you could try that. There's a risk of a coup in Uruguay, of course. One roll. Okay, sorry, Jarek. I don't mean anything bad by this. I'm not laughing at you, just at the rolls here. The events, the everything. Funny enough, the Soviets are still in the lead. Okay. Ooh, that's a new number. Not sure I'm familiar with the red 6 here. Seen it once? Maybe. Well, okay. So Soviets get Brazil, I guess. Can't get both, so that it will be US domination anyway. And alliance for some extra love. Still with Europe gone, Central being sort of... What? Wait. As far as my TS expertise tells me, that was a 2-up. He doesn't have a bloody 3-up to take Brazil? Which means he doesn't have a bloody 3-up to take Argentina. Which means he's screwed. Doesn't even try it. China. Oh. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. That's actually... with gunman around... Yes, I think I would justify Che here, although I wouldn't like it. Definitely not Alliance or Brezhnev. Right, with China you can also keep up the fight for Iran, and the Soviets don't have a 3-up to take it. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's Soviet lead we are seeing. And by the way, he missed yet another roll for the 4VP space swing. Oh man, AR3, and he doesn't have a 3-up playable one. That's something. And he's not purged. He doesn't have a literal playable 3-up. Yep, that's not a 3-up, alright. Kitchen Debates is active? Who knew? That's 8. Alliance will be 6 more. Wait, what? I do seem to recall Jarek spacing defectors earlier this turn. So, yeah, that probably should have been a space of Voice of America. Probably. Okay. He's dead. Gunman may be the absurd escape here. Oh, yeah. Okay, he is mentioning now. Gunman might be the absurd escape here, but at 15 with another US-centric scoring still to come, I don't see it. Okay, just grab Alliance. No, don't space. Don't space. Okay, you might, maybe, but grab Alliance first, I think. Although, actually, nah. Space. Whoa! He missed a roll. Children, I would not have believed it if I didn't see it for my own eyes. A missed US roll. Okay, I know, very droll. Like Sir Humphrey would have said, we have already seen one missed US coup roll. Okay. Okay, he's dumping Central, so at least now you can safely... Right, and Israel, I guess. Maybe Pakistan, true. Right, because you can always headline Alliance and only ABM can do the damage. Okay, he did get the gunman. Without China, without Kennedy. Still, okay, how I learned. But Soviets have CMC. Interesting. still, we open up with grain sales, that much is obvious. Go for Libya, since where else? Once again, I'm not keeping track of the Soviet cards. I do seem to recall colonials. But probably nothing else. But the draw deck, I wonder if it was shuffled. Not sure if I've seen how I learned, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen any of the other cards. So even if it was shuffled, not by much. Right, there must be there must be Nixon maybe still. Ah, never mind. Time will tell. Of course, Jarek knows about grain sales and how likely it is. Maybe he's actually keeping track of the cards. I usually don't do that, I find that distracting and I remember most of the cards anyway, but sometimes you really want to remember all of them and I do not, especially on turn 7. Right, that's good, yes, deny the coup, get the 3 VPs. And what do we do with jump hole? Not much, actually. I would event it, I think. Nah, it doesn't matter. An event might. Okay, spacey time. So, taking Israel will only mean a draw in the Middle East anyway. And you will have colonials. Yes, you do. Finally! Tide is turning! Space, the final frontier. Okay, so what do we do? Get alliance first, I guess. You don't too rush with how I learned. After all, if Soviets have CMC, they might play it earlier, allowing you to do it and dump on gunman. Yes, go alliance. And space OPEC. I mean, you have time, unless they got Muslim Revolution, which is insanely unlikely, given how small the number of reshuffled card is. By the way, Anton, why didn't you check how many cards are there? I want to see it. The audience demands it. So, what can Jarek even do now? Start queuing in Africa, maybe. Because not much else. He definitely needs to hold on to the China card, and if he's aware, he also should hold on to Cuban Missile Crisis, since, well, he's not winning the some points. Down 10 with 2 practically 3 domination and control for the USA versus nothing. So yeah, Europe, I don't see it happening. Yes, he does. But that's very aware from Anton. Yeah, good job. Not yet, but you will be able to do it later. Oh. Okay, so if the reshuffle didn't happen earlier, definitely did happen now. So Muslim culture brush all go bye-bye. Brush for two reasons. First of all, if you're ahead, you don't want to get swingy, and second, flower power. Okay, so start the good fight in Africa. Maybe even the counter count there, since you can't do anything elsewhere. He might have Fidel. I think it's one of the yet unseen cards played on turns 1 or 2. Right, and you can safely ignore it. Yes, your advantage is big enough, the number of reshuffled cards small enough. Space first. I'm guessing he will use NATO to take Israel later. Maybe to boost South America a little bit before Thatcher comes and before he has to play Allende. Milops will come from how I learned, so he doesn't really need to coup anything this turn. Okay, starting to waste ops. Now, that should be NATO. 1 Israel, 2 Argentina, maybe? Oh, no. 1 Israel. Come on. Don't waste a VP like this. And the will exactly. 1 more Argentina since you will. Nah. That's just inefficient. If you want to create a threat, then Nicaragua was cheaper. Hey, free OAS! Come on, dump the Middle East already. But I think Jarek is also aware of the importance of Cuban Missile Crisis. Very conscious of both players. But is he able to hold it? Because Anton can safely play how I learned on his last AR. Just playing the chaos forwards to the late war. Passing it forwards. Alright, another card I maybe should have remembered, but I didn't. Yes, that's good. He's now gonna keep poking. Nah, I would have played Liberation here. Repaired it and opened new fronts. Also good, also good. Nah. Keep up the good fight. Plus, you tempt your opponent into spending CMC by, well, playing it to take Brazil. Oh, by the way, now, after South America is settled, every single region will be more or less dominated by the USA, at least temporarily due to shuttle diplomacy. In every single region, they have an effective VP advantage. Nah. Oh, and Jarek will have to play the CMC. So playing China doesn't really work. Although, then it's a guarantee that Anton can get rid of Long Gunman. There's no Quagmire. Oh, he prefers to play the China card. That's just desperation. Yeah, you still event it. Get some VPs. Ah, that's interesting. Sort of buggy. Okay, he held on to CMC, but he would need two card stealers, two discarders, both aims and terrorism, or double terrorism, of course. But Anton drew Iranian hostage crisis. Right, so given that CMC is the obvious headline, tear down, I guess. I mean, you will get to have a coup with teardown in East Germany before CMC hits, and maybe Truman gets to show its ugly head. So all in all, probably only chance by Jarek, only shot he has at getting a win here. Okay, he could possibly lower DEFCON in AR1 without CMC if he had something to perform actions like ABM in the headline and Cal in AR1, but then, well, Anton could safely headline Long Gunman, so nothing in the headline would have been able to do it immediately. So now, since that's not the case, turned out it is. And coup is Germany. Oh, there's literally nothing better to do with this card. Yes, only DEFCON 4 will happen. It's safe. Okay, did not get the roll. So I guess Jarek takes control of Brazil now. Okay, that's also one way to do it. Probably a safer one, true. I mean, the VPs don't matter that much anymore. What matters is surviving until you hopefully can, well, destroy your opponent with DEFCON. And that would have been something. Okay, so Iranian hostage crisis is clearly unplayable here. You need to space it. So you need to play everything else. Oh boy. One more. Okay, Central America. The last not immediately... Okay, there's also Asia. Yes, but Central America, the last not immediately losing scoring. I would have probably spaced Iranian first. Let's put reformer around. Truman could wait to be used more efficiently. Hey, that's getting pretty tense. I mean, the game is all but decided, except for this one tiny little detail. And yet, Brazil doesn't matter anymore. Okay, if Jarek has central still. Okay, he still survives by scoring it. He will not get anything better without some brush war or something like that. Okay, he needs a coup, so why not fire one? Okay, it's a bit tricky for Anton now. Right, after Africa is scored. Okay, it might matter for Asia actually, huh? Right, the US domination here is very tenuous. So Burma, Malaysia, no, not Thailand. That was okay. Actually, yeah, Thailand was unnecessary. But was there a better place? Maybe Philippines. Whoa, okay, that's good. Good thinking. Getting the peak. And denying the peak. Too bad. I'm really impressed by what Jarek is doing here. Okay, distal into France. That denies Central America domination. And at the end of the turn, USA will have to lose out on Milops or temporarily lose the domination in Europe. I'm very impressed by what Jarek is doing in this dead lost position. Yes, that's grasping at straws, but well, in his position, what else he's got? Actually, is it feasible to get a draw by country count in Europe? It might be. 2, 4, 6. Yes, just go Romania, Yugoslavia. Okay, that should have been Haiti, probably. Ah, that's good. Come on, you're still winning. Why UK? It doesn't matter. Put all 3 into France. Or to France, 1... No, okay, to France. Okay, Ames could happen. Only option, reasonable option of this game being prolonged. Sadly, if Jarek has only Ames and doesn't have terrorism, he would choose to hold the card he has until turn 10. He needs both, with cultural unavailable. Miss Envy probably not the best choice. Bear Trap, yeah, that's the one. So did I. Yes, turn 7 was nice. Turn 8 as well. The attitude of both players. Now, well, now it ends. Yeah, still denied, but okay, does he have... Doesn't matter. He would have had to headline names. Good game, guys. Really good game. So, thanks for tuning in, and if everything goes according to plan, now we'll switch to my all-star game against Michael Striker. So, cheers and thanks for watching, and see you in Stockholm for the convention.